Podcast, everyone. I'm your host, Patrick Kelly. As always, I am honored to be here coming to you live from Palm Desert, California. Heck, gentlemen, I almost said Tampa, which is my normal hometown now. Now, everyone, we are live streaming from Palm Desert at the West Coast Produce Expo. Now, we had to start this out. I've got two distinguished gentlemen next to me. We started this out with the dads of produce. That's right.
Dads
we have
of produce.
Ross Nelson, Mike Chavez. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Hey, what's going on, Patrick?
Living
Having
the
fun
dream.
here in the desert.
I love the desert, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's a little warm, but I'm in love in it. We got some nice, cool juice to cool us off and a few other cool items to showcase.
Yes.
Listen, we're here. We're together. And I say these dads of produce episodes have been in the Hollywood Squares boxes. So this is the first ever live dads of produce episode.
Together.
To get forever.
Together forever. I love that.
We may have more to come, right?
Listen, I think we do. Well, listen, everyone, we're here at the West Coast Produce Expo. I would say we're reporting live, but what we're doing actually is we're having a lot of fun, okay? We're here to have tons of fun, try some produce, right? We're going to check out some people that are on the floor. They're going to come. Some exhibitors are going to come. We're going to sit with them, see how they're doing. We might try some of their products as well. But as you guys know, and I'm throwing Mike on the spot here, everyone, I'm looking forward to the dad joke of the day, Mike. So
he wasn't
Man,
prepared.
you're throwing me on the
He didn't
spot.
do any research.
I'm not prepared, man. I got to circle back to this one. Yeah, you totally set me up on that one, Pat. But you know what? I do have a little dad joke that my kids love. It's my go-to favorite, and it is, what do you tell a pirate on his 80th, or what does a pirate say on his 80th birthday?
his 80th birthday?
Aye, matey. Cheesy, deadline.
Definitely cheesy. Definitely,
Not my
but
best, but my kids like that one.
it definitely is. That was a dad joke.
Definitely.
All right, that was
Got it out of the
a
way.
for sure dad
Out of the
joke.
way.
Also, a huge shout out, everyone, because we have to talk about it. Our sponsors, we have Indianapolis Fruit Company here on the show today, Flavor Wave with Mike Chavez, but we do want to give a shout out to Ag Tools. Again, Flavor Wave Fresh, Noble Citrus, and don't worry, we got some fresh juice to try here coming really soon. John Green Logistics, Awahi Produce, and Buck Naked Onions. A lot of these people are actually here right now, so you can walk the show and actually see them. Listen, if you're tuning in from home right now and you got FOMO because you're like, hey, I didn't get to the show, we're here. We're right here. We're reporting live. What do you want to know? Throw some comments down below. Let us know if there's booths here that you want us to try or go see, because we will go ahead and do that as well. But I always say we're starting off the dads of produce. We did the joke.
We did.
It was like nails on a chalkboard. It really was. And I say we get into talking about some of these products here, and some of these we've seen before, and some of them.
Yeah. The salsas we've seen before.
Not the hummus.
Fresh Cravings, the hummus. Yeah, there you go.
This
Something
is
new.
something we all had to try.
Yeah, that's new.
This is the Fresh Cravings Everything Bagel Hummus, everyone. And I already opened this up as well, so we're going to be able to try this. I've got a couple items. Guys, we need to pop open the chips, but all right.
Hey,
Oh, wait, I'm going with
glad
the pretzels.
We're inside and not on that 100-degree weather outside here.
Oh, yeah. Listen, it was like an oven, you guys. Instant oven as soon as we came on off the plane, I would say. All right, so I've got some Fresh Cravings Everything Bagel Hummus, everyone. Have you tried this yet? Hold on.
No.
You haven't tried it?
Not
You
I
haven't
haven't tried it. Nope. First
All right,
time.
I'm going to let you guys go in for the deep. I've tried this, everyone. Everything Bagel Hummus is my favorite right now. Love it. Well, let's see the reaction. I smell it over here.
Oh, man. That's good. That's really good.
That everything bagel seasoning. I mean, I love hummus regardless, but we should have some fresh produce, some celery, some carrots.
That
True.
with celery would be
True.
so good.
That would set this.
Someone out there, go grab us some fresh celery and carrots. Bring them back. We'll try it again. That's awesome. I love this. Like I said, one of my favorites. Love it. What do you guys think, though, when you go to the store and you look at hummus, though? See that everything bagel?
I'd grab that.
Yeah.
If I saw that on the store shelf, I'm yanking that. I love everything bagel and I love hummus. So that's right up my alley.
Here's the funny thing. They have 6 other varieties, I say, right?
Yep.
And they always tell me that, but I'm like, I know. I go, but this is my SKU right here. I'm like, that's my SKU. What else we got, Ross?
We've got some fresh Cravings chunky salsa. Now, we have had the opportunity to try this with our Cinco de Mayo Dads of Produce. So, but we didn't get to all try it together in person.
No.
So
Let's do it.
we got the mild here. What did you get?
I got restaurant style here. Restaurant style is one of my favorite.
Yes.
And the Pico de Gallo.
Oh, the Pico de Gallo is a big hit.
Which one's that? The Pico?
This is the Pico, the mild Pico.
Oh. You can't beat fresh salsa.
You got the mild.
I got
medium one.
yeah.
Oh,
Look at this,
heat.
baby.
I think it's child-proof. I can't open it, guys.
Listen, with all this spice, I'm going to have to cool it down with something here. What do you got? Hold on. Oh, no. Look at this.
I mean, look at the chunks of tomatoes, onions, peppers in there. I mean,
I'm going to steal a chip, Ross.
that's where the chunky one comes into play for me, is you get more of the bites of produce in it.
See, and we use Tostitos chips, just not their salsa. It's not our fault.
You can use any chip.
We should have.
Any brand chip works.
You're right. Any brand chip.
Man.
All right, listen.
We got to switch it up now.
Oh, I was going to say, the restaurant's always good. This is called musical salsa, everyone. This is what we do.
Pass the salsa.
Pass the salsa.
Still
New
your chips, Ross.
children's game, pass the salsa. Oh, this is the
Somebody
Pico.
stole my chips.
I borrowed them. I didn't steal them.
Wow. So that's what we're doing now. Look at this.
Now, see, this one's got more finely chopped up.
I can tell. It's almost
This
like a
is the
puree.
chunky, right?
That's the chunky.
Okay, so we got the
Mild.
chunky. You
This
can
is the
totally
medium.
see the difference.
This is the medium.
All right, I'm going in. Oh, yeah.
This is my favorite. Pico de Gallo is my favorite. I'm sorry.
I agree there. I really like that Pico. It's just so fresh.
All right.
Well, once you bite into
Here we
it.
go again.
It's so fresh. So fresh and so clean.
All right.
All right. What's this one? What do I got?
You got the chunky.
I
You
got
got
the
the medium.
I
chunky
got the medium. More
mild.
finely medium.
Chunky
the color.
mild. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm liking. All right.
You see, look at the color of that.
No, it's a different. I feel like everyone. I feel
Yeah,
like I
guys,
just.
I'm staying with the Pico. That's my favorite. I love that one.
All right. I'm gonna go with the chunky mild. Everyone.
I think the chunky is my favorite.
That is a little bit different of a kick, but I agree with Mike. I got to go with the Pico.
I'm gonna go
It's
different.
just so fresh, man.
I'm going
So
different.
fresh.
I'm going with the chunky mild.
100%. I would say that's the fresh right there. Right there. Oh yeah, don't put the wrong ones on there. Do not put the wrong
Mild.
ones on there.
Here we
You
go.
go. Oh wait, hold on. And then the chunky salsa.
Line them up.
Line them up. It's all right.
Are we doing the juice now?
Listen, I think we need to wash it down. What do you think? So, Mike, tell me about this. Tell me about this juice.
All right, this juice is
Please.
California Valencias from Golden Star Citrus, and then we mixed in some tangerines. So the tangerines, what we noticed is you got that real dark color. The tangerines give us that dark orange color and a lot of the sugar, and then the California Valencia gives it that acid cut. So let's go in, guys. We've been juicing this stuff for a couple hours now at the Golden Star booth, and it's been a hit. So cheers, boys. Salud. I know I'm biased and all, but come on, boys.
Fresh squeezed orange juice.
It's hard to
my
beat.
God.
You can't beat.
Oh,
Hey, as Dan the produce man says, it's always best
when you get it fresh.
when you get it fresh. Ross,
that
look,
doesn't get any fresher
you can't
than
get any
that.
fresher than that, guys.
Salud,
Cheers
boys.
again.
That is so good.
Yeah, very. Listen. So our buddies over at Citrus America, they've got the juicing machines. We've got one in the packing house, everyone, and we don't just do it just for QC. We do it for a little bit of fun too, because that's what it's about, having fun. I love the juice, man. I could drink it all. I'll drink it all day long. to
Hey,
be
it's
real
been
with
a
you.
hit, man. We've had a lot of traffic over that juice machine. So, like Patrick said, shout out to Citrus America, Jay Gardner, great people, great company, and great product.
All right. So another thing is, is, again, if you're a consumer out there, you see these fresh juicers in the stores, this is where we got this juice from. And again, if you're a retailer out there, got to figure out how you can provide added value in your citrus department. One of these machines can help. You do a Valencia tangerine blend, lemonade. There's so many fun things you could do. Listen, we got one of these for the packing house. One's coming to the office. We're having a little bit of fun. What can I say? We're trying things out. We're trying new things.
I mean, you can use California citrus, Florida citrus, and then obviously in summer months, import citrus. But, you know, for a retailer, being able to stand out and have fresh squeezed juice, you want to put the theater behind it. Don't just keep it buried in the back room. Get it out on the sales floor. Let them see it. That's what's going to help sell it. And make sure you sample it. A bucket, some cups. Let customers try it. And once they try the fresh squeezed juice, they're buying a bottle or two. They're taking it home.
Pure profits.
So I don't know about you. Have you walked much of the show yet?
I've walked a little bit of the show. Mike and I went around and seen a few people. Yeah, we're going around. We're checking out a few people. It's really busy in the aisleways, everyone. Really busy in the aisleways. What about you?
I've been around some different products going out. A lot of A lot of Bagel ice cream bars, I believe.
What?
Ooh, being
Bagel ice cream bars. I mean, if you can't, you can't beat that.
They could be mint. I haven't tried one yet. Dude, there were so many people there getting these ice cream bars.
What about, there was a jalapeno.
I saw that.
What was
Coast
that?
Tropical had that. It was a jalapeno hollowed out, and they threw a shot of tequila in there with tahini on the rim of the jalapeno. So that's a real busy booth. Definitely one of the busier aisles. I think the tequila has drawn them in pretty good. I tried one.
Oh, wow.
It was actually pretty good, and I'm not a big tequila guy, so I mean, I approve that message with the tequila. Coast Tropical, good job.
Hey, they got it going on, man. All right, so there's a couple other things we obviously want to talk about. The Dads of Produce now. We've gone now. This is our this is June. So this is our 6th episode of Dads of Produce. We've had a lot of different dads reaching out, asking how can we be on the show. We are creating some fun things in the future. And one of the biggest things that we were told is, hey, can you guys bring your kids on more? Everybody wanted the kid aspect of it. And I'm just, obviously, it's a little hard to figure out what to do. But I think we need to figure out how to get the kids involved more. Because as Bo Jackson said today, and we don't need to just know this from Bo Jackson, but he's like, listen, kids are going to eat it. If they don't like it, they're going to spit it out. Yeah. So why don't we have more kids on the show?
3 to 7, he said, was the ideal consumer.
So simple and so true, though, right? I mean, come on. Kids don't have that filter to tell you, to save your feelings. They're going to tell you, I like it or I don't like it. They're going to spit it. They're going to keep eating it.
I mean, how many times you sign your kid up like a baseball or basketball and they're like, I don't want to do it. And you're like, just go to the first practice. Just go. And the next thing you know, they're like, hey, do we have practice tomorrow? Hey, do we got that game tomorrow? Hey, right? And it's like all of a sudden they go into like stir crazy mode, right? It'll be the same thing with food, man. Bo said it too. It's an emotional experience. Food does 2 things to you. It makes you happy or it does make you sad. Because there's certain things you'll put in your mouth and you'll be like, no. Or you're going to put in your mouth and be like,
I love hearing a lot of his stories, talking about, who his mentors were, who he idolized and looked up to. He's had a lot of good people, that have helped him along the years. And then hearing about how he's pitched so many items every day, but, he chooses very selectively who he's going to work with and who he's going to represent with his name. So
I agree.
I love that part of it too. When he was, explaining how he makes his business decisions on what he wants to brand. And I thought it was real telling and very wise of him. And it's so simple that if there's something already out there that's just as good, he's not going to back that. He's only going to back the items that are going to be something that's an improved version of whatever the business or the concept or the product is. So I thought that was a real simple lesson that was just resonated with me, at least personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you realize that he does all the cooking? I was really taken back that he cooks all of the meals. I wanted to ask him, like, what is his favorite meal that he likes to cook? Obviously, something with meat.
Oh, yeah.
But, like,
he's a big boy.
What is his signature dish?
That was exactly the question I had, Ross, and it took me a while. I was kind of stunned. They had it open for questions, and I know Patrick, you were asking me to ask the question, but
I'm like,
that was
go.
my biggest question was, what is your go-to dish, Bo? Chef Bo, what are you putting on the plate?
Yeah. So when you watch this, Bo, put in the comments, what is your signature dish at home?
We want to know. We definitely want to know. And what's great about it is, what I love about it is, I'm a produce guy. And it's funny because I was walking the show a little bit earlier, and someone was like, hey, do you know Pat Kelly? And he was like, no. And we were introducing each other. He's like, hey, man, this guy loves produce. And I was like, it's going to be my new tagline on LinkedIn. This guy loves produce, like straight up, man. So, but that's what it is. And that's what I learned about Bo, is that he's passionate about plant-based. He's passionate about eating healthy. He's not like, oh, well, do this because like my name's on it, right? Like he said, it's more or less like, hey, listen, this is what I'm passionate about. I was fortunate enough to hear the buttermilk cornbread story earlier, right? So that was cool. I've been telling you guys for the last weeks, like, God, he is a cook. He is a chef. He's an awesome guy. Boom, 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 right? It was more or less the stuff like that. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, we talked baseball. We talked this. No, we didn't talk any of that. I learned about a gentleman that is passionate about our industry. That's what I learned about.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to talk about the sports. He has so many other interests, so many other activities and businesses. I mean, he's well diversified and a lot going on. He's a very successful businessman.
100%. I enjoyed it. I'm glad. I mean, I got to give him one handshake and a knuckle bump. That's the best I got.
He has some tight security.
Listen, some like 5'4" woman tried to like get me in the guy. And I was like, whoa, they got him trained. I was like, all right, here we go here. But no, it was great overall. The show, like I said, so far great overall. If you want some fresh juice, everyone, you stop by the Golden Star Citrus booth. You have to. Obviously, stop by all the booths. Try food. Try it all. That's what it is. Try all of it.
So back to the dad's thing. Since we're going into summer, what are your kids' like favorite summer items?
Oh, hands down, dude. It's melons. They're gonna be, and I know what it is. They've got the Kiss melons, which we're gonna talk about those. We have to. But those melons, my son loves mini watermelons because he can cut them open himself. Yes, we let him use a knife. He's 10. He'll cut them open himself. He'll shave it on the sides right off. He eats it himself. I don't have to do anything. You get a watermelon for him, it's perfectly fine. I'm telling you.
Now, mine are going to be stone fruit. So my daughter and I are like the peach, and then my wife and my son are nectarines because they don't like the fuzz.
You told me that. No fuzz.
But you can't enjoy summer without a cherry.
Cherries are a go-to, of course. And on the peach side too, Ross. My kids cracked up about, a peach. I go, you got to get a leaner. They go, Dad, what's a leaner?
That's what I was going to say.
When you're eating them, and you got to lean over because all the juices are coming out.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you want to do. And my kids got a kick out of that.
No, I didn't know that. You taught me that. You were like, oh, you got a leaner? And I was like, I'm sorry? I'm like, a who? Uh-huh. You were like, a leaner. Okay, got it. Now, when I was messing with Dan, the produce man, he's like, oh, Patrick, I just ate a peach. I'm like, is it a leaner? Is it a leaner? And he was like, you betcha, it's a leaner. So.
Well, the best thing about cherries or watermelon, seeded watermelon, which you don't find very much, is eating them outside and spitting those pits.
Oh, yeah, that's a blast.
That's the one reason I don't like cherries is I don't like pits. I don't mind the taste of cherries, but I don't want to. Dude, you told me the other day, you were like, oh, you stick them in the side of your cheek. I don't want pits in the side of my cheek.
One or two, and then you get it.
Ross is going to be like the Rescue Ranger. He's got like a be able to shoot these things. They'll be able to shoot these things out back and forth.
Well, if you're in a sketchy area, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. All of a sudden, because we'll need a bunch of nuts flying out of our mouth. I can't. All right, listen. Guys, Dad's a Produce Live. What do we want to tell our guests before you guys jump out of here?
There's a lot of flavor in summer produce. So you got your vegetables, your squashes, look for regional and local, pick it up at your farmer's market, take it home, try it, talk to the farmers, get out there, think a farmer. You're going to see a lot more of the regional and local stuff. So now's the time to try produce and enjoy it, from fruits to vegetables to potatoes and onions. Don't be afraid. Just get out there and try it.
I like it. That's
Yeah.
to try something new.
Yeah, look at some of the combinations of items we're seeing. I mean, the jalapeno tequila shots is one thing, but you know, go to the produce department. Get weird with it. I mean, I always say
Get
that.
weird
Let's
with
get
it.
strange
Banana dress going by.
Oh, I love that.
Who sees a banana dress going
Oh,
by?
I do see a banana dress. Man with the banana dress.
Ladies at? Where's our banana ladies
Now, our
at?
Equifruit, the only banana you should buy.
We
The
just found
only.
you a dress.
I mean, I could start naming people. Look, we got Russ Tavlin right here. We've got Jay Gardner over here. Jose Zalata over here. I can name a bunch of people over here.
We got a lot
okay?
of friends here, guys, walking
Yeah.
around. Right?
Listen, I can keep going. We got Fresh Cravings over here. We got JC from Severin behind. Severin's got our packaging right here. Like, dude, that's what's so funny about the produce industry too, everyone. It's about community. I say this all the time. You know, I've been asked this out of the showroom floor. What are you doing, man? Why are you doing this? I can tell you right now, I'm doing this community to help grow this industry together. One thing I can tell you is we are the front line of the produce department, which is why we're trying fruits, vegetables, and having fun. Because if we don't love what we do, how are you going to love it? So let us show you love. And guess what? You might not always like it. Might not always be the best. I don't like lychee or rambutan. It's not the best, but darn right I tried it. Darn right I cut it open, and I made a point to say, all right, what else can I try? Get weird with it. Try something new. I mean, what else can we say?
Yeah, and I mean, what a better place to find new and inviting items than these shows.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why all the vendors are here. That's why retailers, wholesalers in the industry come here, is to see what's new, what's trending, what's
Gotcha.
coming up.
And we're all showcasing our items and basically raising the bar with each other. Next year, what are we going to see? We're going to get more innovative, more creative, get weirder with it. So I can't wait. I just look forward to seeing all the items showcased in their own unique ways.
Yeah, and it's looking at, you know, what is the trend, what is people that is going to happen that's going to help drive more consumption in the industry, create sales throughout the supply chain, and be that next, you know, cutie or clementine or whatever it may be.
He said it, not me. I would say the next flavor wave. Come ride the flavor wave. All right, guys. I love it. Exit to your left as you exit the building.
You got it. We're on our
And
way out.
take your trash with you. Now, I appreciate Ross Nelson, Indie Fruit, Michael Chavez, Golden Star, and Flavor Wave. Again, dads, appreciate you guys as always.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
Always a pleasure, boys.
Boom. They're out. We're not. They've got a little bit of a mess to clean up, but it's totally. Whoa. We almost lost Ross. All right, listen, everyone. We're not even cutting straight to break. We're heading right in to the next interview, which is really fun. I'm just going to clean up, as you can't see this right here, everyone. But we're gonna clean up, and we're going to bring our next guest on. Now, the next guest I've known for a little bit of time. She used to be right down the street from me in Visalia, California. And we've connected over Zoom and LinkedIn and all these fun places. And then there was this funny brand I saw, and I was like, what is this thing? I was like, it's got to be a sumo. And let me tell you, Angela Hernandez looked at me. She goes, no, it's not. It's a big honey. I was like, well, wait a minute. So I'm going to be welcoming on Angela Hernandez with Trinity Fruit. Angela, come on.
Where do you want me to sit?
Right in the middle,
right.
right next to me. Now, you're going to have to talk into the mic, so we'll scoot this forward. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
Living the produce dream.
Living the produce dream.
That's what everybody's.
Every day is
every
the day
day.
in paradise, you know.
It is to me. I will tell you, I have so much fun with our community. It's one of my, I would say it's a passion of mine at this point to help build our industry together. Now, I might be 1% of that, but people like you is another percent. People like Mary Heslop's another percent.
I love her.
Kristen
so
Lawson.
much.
I can go on with all the dynamic
Yes,
women
I
too
love
in our
them.
industry, but I'm just glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Appreciate
for
you
having
being
me on.
here.
I appreciate it.
So I know I've seen interviews with you before already, and I like to keep those different than all the rest.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about what's going on with Trinity Fruit. Give us something new, innovative, creative. That's what I want to hear about today.
So, new, innovative, and creative, I would say, is our new squeeze juice.
Mm.
So, I think something that's really cool about Trinity Fruit that I've really enjoyed is they're not just a grower, packer, shipper of fresh fruit. So, David White, the president of the company, he's an opportunist. So anything that he sees an opportunity to grow in the produce industry, he's on it. So
I love it.
I like that they're vertically integrated. So they not only do fresh fruit, but we do dried, we do frozen, and now we do juice.
I didn't know you did frozen.
Yes, frozen granite arrows, and then we'll have maybe a little surprise.
We should have had some of those pomegranate
soon.
arrows right here. I mean, those were something we should have tried. I didn't know that. See, and that's what's so interesting about our industry too, because you get into it and you say, ready, you go up to somebody, hey, how are you? And they're like, I have no idea what you do.
Yeah.
They assume right off the bat, oh, you just sell peaches.
Agree.
You just sell nectarines.
No, and that's what I love about us is like we're different. We're doing something that not a lot of people do. I mean, and I don't blame them. It's a lot of work. You're tapping into different parts of the grocery store. So, all the buyers are different. They're not the same buyer you're dealing with. So dried, frozen, fresh, and then now juice. So we're really excited about juice. It's a pomegranate mandarin juice that's not from concentrate, all natural, nothing added.
NFC?
So NFC, so it tastes just like you're doing it.
Just like I was
doing it at home.
Just like I was doing it at my booth just a couple of miles over. We have a fresh juicing machine. Now ours is the store juicer. It's not any industrial. Yeah. And obviously we do it a little bit differently. We want to just squeeze juice in our packing house, and it looks really good on quality control reports, right? And I love fresh juice. One thing you might maybe know about me. So my family's been in the juice industry since the early 70s.
No way.
So my dad obviously still lives in Visalia, California. He's actually here, everyone. I'll find him. He's here. I think he's golfing right now.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
He deserves it. But yeah, my family's been involved in concentrate. So some of those juice plants that are in the valley that you've seen.
Yep.
My dad still is working with those guys and still
great.
buying fruit and all the fun nature of buying coals and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't even know that aspect of the industry. I had someone walking around and they said, hey, do you guys sell standards? And I was like, yeah, we do. And she's like, oh, well, it goes for juicing. Do you guys do that? And I was like, yes, we do.
Yeah, you see, we also, the reason why we also do what we do is we want to eventually become a zero waste facility.
That's awesome.
So we don't want to waste any stone fruit. We want to use it in all the ways that we can to benefit retail and to benefit consumers. So
yes.
we can give consumers different options to consume fresh fruit. Why not? So why not create different products? And
I agree.
It's a lot of, it is more work than the normal grower, packer, shipper, but it's fun. And
listen, I always say there's always challenges with opportunities, right? So no matter what opportunities you're going to bring to the table, there are always going to be a little bit of challenges. I remember when I was working at the packing shed, let's go back to like 2007, right there in Exeter off Spruce. I think it's a Sunkiss house now, but it used to be the Laboo Exeter house.
Okay.
Back in the days, yeah. I am starting to show my age now. Look at that. Look at me. But I remember my dad would tell me, you got to figure out something to do besides just sell all these oranges to the juice plant, right? And I remember when Blue Moon and Coors finally started going out and buying from like growers direct. And I remember sending my first load of like oranges to the dehydrator to get pureed to go into like Blue Moon and Coors.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, we did it. We've broken down a new barrier. But obviously, like you said, there's challenges, there's opportunities, there's all this fun stuff with it. But it was one of those aspects that it's either that or it could go to the coal. It might go to the dairy.
Exactly.
There's still a lot of food waste in that. Cows don't eat 40,000 pounds of citrus in one night. You know what I mean? So I love that. I love the entirety of just.
I mean, why give it to
green,
somebody?
Right?
I mean, it's great to give it to people who are going to create another product. We do the same thing, but if we can do it ourselves, and
I agree.
Why not? So it's been fun. I would say that's what's been fun at Trinity and working for them. And I mean, like I said, Dave, and it's not working for them, it's working with them. So that's David White. That's the company. That's the culture of it. So
I love it. So talk to me a little bit more. We've got a few more minutes. Okay. So obviously juice.
Yes.
Right. That's kind of the big thing on the market right now. And obviously there's a lot of juices, and there's a lot of, I say, a little bit of turmoil going on. As you saw that Starbucks just sold their facility down south, or we are down south. There's a lot going on, and I was actually talking to a buddy of mine. I remember, geez, I think that facility's been a few different facilities in the last a few years, but it's a good facility. It makes good juice, and I can't remember who bought it or who did it sell to. I don't want to say the name if I was wrong, but it was a bigger company like Bristol or Campbell Soup or someone like that. I thought it was that bought them. And it doesn't matter. It's not like we're promoting them or anything. It just another big organization purchased them out. So I jumped that in because I think that gives opportunities to companies like yourself that have a niche and are trying to go that zero waste instead of it being that big bulk manufacturer that's taking it. Am I right?
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. I had to throw that out there a little bit. Sorry, big bulk juicers. I just, there's niches coming, and I believe that those opportunities and those disruptors in a good way are going to create better margins and profit margins. And that's what we need. Because someone told me the other day, Angela, they said, yeah, but growers already make tons of money. And I was like, okay, but don't you want them to make tons of money so they perfect your food better?
Absolutely.
The dude literally went silent. Literally. He was like, I'm like, tell me no. Tell me you don't want to see a farmer make it better to produce you better food.
I agree.
I don't even know what else to say. So, Angela, if anybody wants to get a hold of yourself, the organization, Trinity Fruit, what can they do? How can they get a hold of you?
Angela H at trinityfruit.com, or you can just go to our website and get in touch. And we read the comments, and we read all the contacts. So
I definitely read all the comments all the time. Angela, always great to have you. Great coming on the show live, and obviously we'll see you around.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, awesome. Listen, everyone, as Angela is exiting, we just learned about Trinity Fruit. We had some fresh juice on the line. We are going to get some more fresh juice right back to us. We got some guys out here. I see Fresh Time Supermarkets. I see Grocery Outlet giving me some winks over here. These guys are set and ready to go, everyone. But listen, we're going to have another partner come on. We might try some melons. Mike Chavez went ahead and left all of his goodies here for us, which we do love. We do love Mike Chavez. We are going to try some fruit here in a second. So our next guest that we're bringing on, he's no stranger to the show. Now, here's the great thing about this is I haven't interviewed him in person. We've done a few Zoom calls. We've done a live session. He holds one of my favorite melons of all time. And let's get Josh Leichter on. Josh.
Hey, Patrick, how are you?
Hey, man. Come on, bring it in. Right. Bring it in.
I got something for you.
Oh, my gosh. Is this, which one is this?
Oh, come on. You should know.
Is it the Sugar Kiss?
It's your favorite. Yeah.
So let's just give a little bit of a background, okay? Josh and I met, is it almost 2 years? Was it in 2021?
That's right.
We met at the West Coast Produce Expo.
Last year in Vegas.
In Vegas. I'm surprised we remembered that. It was in Vegas.
I remember it.
I did too, everyone. But what's great about it is we met and we were able to talk about something that I never knew about, which was?
Kiss Melons.
I had no idea about them. I went to I remember when we first met, and then I went to a 4th of July party, and one of your marketing managers said, hey, I'm going to send you tons of these. I went up. I made a fruit salad out of these, Josh. Oh, no. I impressed my brother's in-laws. You know, it was one of those things where they're like, what is this? And we got to do that. So I'm going to let Josh go ahead and tell you a little bit about these Kiss Melons. They're at the booth. Well, I'm going to take a piece of this. So Josh, tell our listeners that are out there right now about my Sugar Kiss and then the Kiss Melons, man.
Yeah, the Kiss Melons, we're just starting harvest in Yuma, Arizona, where we'll go through about the 4th of July, and then we'll move up to Huron, California. We'll continue to harvest throughout the summer into early October. We've got the Sugar Kiss, which is Patrick's favorite right here. We also have the Summer Kiss, which is a honeydew type green melon, but extra sweet and always consistent. And then we've got very limited volume again this year of the Kiss Lemon, which is one of the most unique melons you'll see out there. Literally tastes like lemonade. You remember that one?
I do. That one was interesting because it is one where you're more like, I can down one of them right off the bat, but then you're like, man, this is crazy. Like, am I drinking lemonade? Am I not drinking lemonade?
Yeah.
And it's got the citrus flavor in it, kind of a tropical flavor kind of in it as well. But as I'm eating this right now, I still will tell you this is my favorite because you want to know why? Do you remember why I told you?
Tell me why.
It reminds me of my Nana. It really does.
Yeah.
She was a honeydew cantaloupe girl. And remember, my Nana worked in the grocery stores down in Southern California.
Yeah.
And so every time I take a bite of this, it reminds me of Nana. I'm not going to lie. And Nana passed away about almost 5-6 years ago, man. But every time, I'll tell you, it just brings me back
That's nice.
to my Nana.
Yeah,
So,
well, it's got that consistent
I love you,
great
Nana.
eating experience. You know, it's creamy in your mouth, sweet. You can't go wrong with it.
Well, we said it earlier. And Bo Jackson was on the podcast this day. But Bo said, when you put something, it's a happy experience. I'm smiling. I mean, I'm smiling, right? That's what's so cool about it. So these varieties, and Josh, we've talked a little bit about this already. Can you get these year round?
Right now, we just grow them in northern Mexico. So we just finished that season, which was roughly the month of May. And then we'll go from now through roughly the end of September. We're trialing them in Central America. But right now, we kind of like the idea of sometimes having some seasonality around them. You know, Patrick, that's something we've talked about. There's things left in the produce department that are seasonal, and we think there's something to be said about it.
I 100% agree with you. I am a seasonal person, and people do get mad at me sometimes because they're like, well, don't you sell citrus year round? And I'm like, I do, but I don't, right? Because sometimes we have to. But on another note, why would you want something year round? And listen, I love my produce, Josh. You know I do. But I'm also going to say there are companies out there that we don't want to gas our fruit too much. We don't want to import it when the flavor is sour. We want to make sure, like this right here, it's ready to go, man. I mean, this is ready to go. And there are chances that you get the, I don't think I want this. Why? Well, is it going to be sour? How long? Because consumers start to know. As soon as they have one bad piece of produce, what happens?
Yeah, they don't come back for more. That's what they said on the panel this morning. We lose that customer for 4 weeks.
Four weeks.
For us, it's all about the consistent eating experience.
It is.
If we could bring that to you 9 months out of the year, that's great. If we can get to 12 months, that's good too. But right now, it's just making sure the fruit is right.
I agree.
When it's on the shelf.
That's what I would 100% agree with. And I believe that I heard this in another Sprouts conversations from Brandstorm. And I believe it was from Sprouts. And they said that, we need to have that seasonality, right? Because again, even I was talking earlier about the sumos, right?
Yeah.
But even like the sumos in general, they're starting to get longer in the season. Let's be real with each other. They didn't taste as great as they did the previous year and the previous year and the previous year. Because remember that previous year, it was only out for like 1 month.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Hey, sumos, I love you guys. I really do. But like I said, that February, March period, it's like, that is the best one possible. Am I right?
Yeah, and that's it. You gotta have the right times of the year, the right producing areas, the right weather, the right soil, everything that goes into bringing that excellent eating piece of fruit to the market.
100%. So what else is coming up with you guys in the Melons? I know we're getting into, it's June, holiday. We got another holiday coming up. We know Melons is the biggest part of the summer.
It is melon season for sure. On top of the Kiss melon line, we've got the Tuscan style cantaloupes.
I like that one.
Those are going out of Yuma as well. We've got the Pure Heart mini watermelon, which is our signature item. Big volume of that, ready to promote all summer. And then we've got our Sugar Daddy full-size seedless watermelons, which I think might also be one of your favorites.
That one's a good one too. I was even saying earlier, so when we first talked, we talked about my son's favorite, and it was the mini watermelon, remember? And I just said that on the previous Dads of Produce. I said, my son is the cut it open in the middle. He does it himself. And I told you that. He's waiting for more mini watermelons to come out so he can do it himself. Seriously. No. He's like, hey, when are my watermelons coming out?
You can trick him, right? If you bring him a Sunny Gold, that's the yellow watermelon.
Yep.
Like a regular one on the outside. Have him cut that open and get his reaction.
He'll probably look at me and go, what happened to the watermelon? But what's funny is it tastes very similar, right? It's the same. So how'd they get it yellow inside then?
It's just the lycopene element that they remove. That's what makes the watermelon red. So
I like it. I didn't know. I mean, like I said, look at this. I tell this to everybody when I talk about the podcast. There's so much information all the time that comes in. We have to get this information out to consumers, right? We learn it, we know it, but a consumer doesn't know that. They don't understand what's happening, right?
Yeah.
So, Josh, if anybody wanted to get a hold of yourself, the organization, reach out to you guys. How can they go about doing that?
well, we're on Instagram, LinkedIn. We've got our website, www.trellisfruit.com. You can find us out there, and we'd be happy to hear from you.
All right, awesome. Josh, love having you. Great seeing you in person, because last time, like I said, we were live and on Zoom. So
Yeah.
great
Thanks,
to see you,
Patrick.
man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Extra to your left as you deplane. Appreciate it, Josh.
All right.
So listen, everyone, we've got more to come, and we're going to bring another industry vet on. We're going to have a little bit of fun, okay? And right now, a lot is happening in the produce world. There's a lot of transitions happening, but I can tell you one man that keeps on top of it at all times is Mr. John Pandle. Okay, everyone?
Hey!
What are you doing?
Oh, shoot, man.
Well, hot damn, everyone. It's John Pandle.
You know, at trade shows, we walk the floor. That's kind of what we do.
I thought you were like Bigfoot. It's more like you're just a legendary figure that no one ever sees. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's not true.
Wait a minute.
No, everybody always sees
No.
John Pandle.
You look for me no place and find me everywhere.
At-
Bigfoot, you look for him everywhere and find him no place.
Here's the question, everyone. Do I take that reign when John ends up finally retiring? Because he told me one day in like 17 years, he's going to retire. And I told him, I was like, I'll take the reign, man. I'll be the guy that goes to all the trade shows, and I'll walk the floor just for you.
You could be the trade show junkie. I see signs of the addiction to events. You never went to an event before 2 years ago.
I mean, I did stay inside a lot.
And now
previous to 2 years.
you're part of one of the usual suspects.
That's what's hard. You know what's? But let's back that up a little bit, everyone. And we're talking about that. Go back a couple years, and I almost felt sometimes that I had no reason to go. Does that make sense? Because I was just I'll be real, I was a broker.
Right.
I knew where I was in place.
Exactly. These
Right?
Many of the shows were much more sales oriented, or I should say, much more marketing oriented and less sales oriented. And if you were pure transactional,
That was me.
that
was me.
That was less. And I'm a sales slave making quota too. Those of us who do marketing to support that process, but that's how we get paid. Growers hire me to turn their crops
True.
into cash.
It's true.
Not to make my brand, not to do anything. At the end of the day,
I'll make your brand.
Turn my crop into cash. That's what they want to do.
It's true. I mean, it is true. And like I said, as I was a broker, I just didn't feel a need to bother a lot of people on the floor because, again, commerce was happening. And I wasn't the guy that was like, oh, I'm going to sell a retail. I was like, hey, what do you need?
It was. I mean, this isn't the place to do the.
Hey, how you doing?
This doesn't have the place to either build a book of business or go on a rundown.
Yeah.
And you say, well, what do you have? I mean, I'm in the perpetual present.
Yeah.
That was very much and this is more about the future, guys, planning. I would say really the optimal time for a trade show is in I'd say 3 to 5 months before whatever that activity is going to be.
Gotcha.
For us, say the spring trade shows are very important for a California deal. A fall trade show is not.
So here's my question then.
Okay.
Do you feel that regional trade shows should bring in international presence?
As a sales, no. As a supplier base, yes.
Ooh, that is a good point.
Because I mean, it was funny. This morning we heard about local. Okay, we heard a lot about local. We hear about local. I go, well, the avocado industry isn't local. It seems to be doing well, and it's 85% import.
I agree. No one complains about that.
I mean, bananas are 100%
agree.
import, and I mean, if I told you bananas were not local, would you stop eating them?
No, I mean pineapples aren't local.
Pineapples aren't.
I
local.
remember so my buddy Jahoon and I, he's behind camera, and it's so funny. He was him and I were on KMPH in
by sale, yeah.
But Fresno. We were up in
Fresno.
Fresno, and it was funny because we went on the show and we were like, hey, we've got these pineapples. And he's like, yeah, where do you pick a pineapple from a tree, right? And we were like, no. He's like, what do you mean? And we're like, it's a plant. He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's a plant with it. So it was interesting enough.
Oh,
So
God. Well, anyway, we're back at another regional. You know, I spend way too much time
spend way too much time
reading articles, and this thing I've been seeing lately, just recently, is RTO.
What's that?
Return to office.
Ooh, we were just talking about Tesla and Elon Musk doing the return to office statement to all of his employees.
Or you will not. You will have no office.
Well, that's what I said. I said, watch the turnover rate that you're going to see, because people are going to start saying, you know what, I don't want to go to the office anymore. And there is a lot of competition out there. So they will be able to just go ahead and move to another job. Let's be real.
I mean, we heard a lot, you know, and we heard a lot of stuff that, oh my God, this thing has changed everything. We're never going to be the same again. You know, it's like, we're never going to do store sampling again. Well, yes, you know what?
I think we should.
Putting a sample in a hand helps. All that type of stuff.
Right? Think about it. We just did it here.
We're talking about, you know, cyber or e-commerce sales are there, but in a reality, they're the scraps from the table of the in-store sales.
I love it.
I mean, hold my beer.
I love it. I love it. Well, John, how are you liking the show so far? They're pretty good.
I'm liking the show so far.
I like it.
You know, the thing is, regional small shows are quick. You don't have to invest a week in coming and going. I mean, you know what?
That's the truth. For me, I came from Tampa, so I did have to invest a week altogether.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you had another series of activities.
I did.
Managed to.
And back and forth.
I'm a good Catholic and occasionally go to confession. And the rule in confession is be brief, be blunt, and be gone. And I think that's a good way to use shows.
You got to be kidding me. I love it. It goes to confession a few times. Be blunt, be brief,
be blunt, and be gone.
And just be done with it.
Easter time, a guy came out of the confessional. He goes, people, sins, not stories.
All right, John. Well, listen, I know everybody, if you want to get a hold of John, you can find Pandle Brothers everywhere. You can find him everywhere.
This is true.
Everywhere.
Even on the Produce Industry podcast.
Even on the Produce Industry podcast. But stay tuned. John and I are going to have some fun going over some produce memorabilia. So stay tuned, John.
Throw down, baby.
Always glad to have you.
Nice advantage shirt there.
Hey, they think it's an advantage shirt, but it's actually an indie fruit shirt. Okay.
Ross the boss.
from Ross the produce boss. Look, you got a shout out.
Right,
I got to give Dan Corsaro a shout out because I think I'm one of the only outside people that have one of these. So
all righty, Mr.
appreciate it, man. Thank
We'll
you so
see
much.
All right, thank you.
So listen, everyone, we're getting ready to wrap up the day. John just exited. He deplaned to the left. And again, I got a couple items, have a few things still on the table that we have. And listen, we are bringing one more thing to the table. And listen to this. Watch this. Come on, bring it down. We have a special guest coming in. And well, listen, it's funny because my guests behind camera are saying we got 5 minutes. Yes, listen, everybody, we have 5 minutes left, okay? But Madeline is joining us. Ross is back on. Ross is like, I have a great idea.
Way to go, Ross.
He's like, I've got a great idea, and we're going to handle this right now. So let's do it.
All right, here we go.
So, Ross, you're starting this out, bro.
So I've brought the grapery over here. And so for those that don't know, they're a good California grape shipper with a lot of good varieties. I'm going to let Madeline talk about
What varieties? I want to hear.
I have really cool varieties, high flavor. Our signature variety is a cotton candy.
I set him up. I set him up.
That's it. Cotton candy tastes just like cotton candy for all you cotton candy lovers. But the cool thing about grapery is we've got a flavor for everybody. So if cotton candy's not your thing, you can get a gumdrop variety.
Okay.
And it's like different flavors. It's like a bag of Skittles.
Yeah,
So,
the gumdrops are very good.
Yeah, it's like, you just keep popping in your mouth. It's all about the flavor experience. And then the moondrops are
A moondrop?
I call it the 2-bite candy bar. So it's
I think people refer to those as like witch's finger a little bit.
yeah.
Oh,
right?
that okay. All right.
When you say witch's finger, more people understand.
Yeah.
understand it.
Those are another really good signature grape.
Yeah. It's a good
All right.
And if you're in the produce department, you're like, what the heck are these things?
It's true. You do. You're like, listen, I'll be real with you. So I'm not a fan of cotton candy grape.
Not everyone
Oh,
is.
but I'm also not a fan of cotton candy.
No.
Like my kids, they love the cotton candy
That's
grapes.
right.
And Ross has set me up a few times. Don't get me wrong. This is like his third time he sets me
Yeah.
up. Because one, cotton candy grapes, you guys are getting a heck of a promotions all the time. You know what I mean? But what's great about it is she said it. The flavor profile for me, it hits my
different.
cheeks in a way that I don't like with my kids. If I bring those home, the bag's gone.
They
The
demolish
bag is just gone immediately. And that's what you did, right? Think about it. That's what we're trying to develop. If the kid goes ahead and just spits it out and it's done,
Yep.
right? You know, right?
You know.
But then all of a sudden they're like, Mom, give me more.
Give it to the kids.
Give me more.
Yep.
Give me
Same thing
more.
With the gumdrops. I mean, they will finish
man.
the entire bag
And
in
then,
no time.
then they've got some like premier extra large red and green that, I mean, you put those in the case, they look really nice.
Yeah.
With, grapery case with moondrops, gumdrops,
Yep.
cotton
It's a nice
candies.
lineup.
and
Oh
green
man,
and
so
red.
okay, so listen, I got this Kiss Melon here. I'm gonna throw you for a loop, Madeline.
Uh-oh.
So listen, so the Kiss Melon line, as we just had Josh Leichter on, and when you go into the store, you'll see the blue bag, the green bags. They got the Kiss
Yep.
Melon, they got the
Yep.
Sugar Kiss. So is that the opportunity when you go into the grape section? You're going to be able to see the cotton candies. You're going to
100%.
see the moon drops. You're going to see
All
the
of it.
witch's fingers.
No witches fingers.
What are they called?
Moondrops.
Moondrops.
What were the other ones?
Gumdrops.
Gumdrops. Oh my
And
gosh,
then we've
Are
got
they
the
drops?
teardrops.
they're all and a teardrop.
It's a new one this year.
What's that one
So
taste like?
you
Is that a
look for
North
the-
Carolina blue
Yep,
colored?
Look for the grapefruit logo, and
That is
it
awesome.
will stand out. The packaging is bright and fun and wow, and it's it's all flavors that make you wonder.
Is that your saying? Flavors that make you wonder.
They make you wonder.
Is that your slogan?
Tag?
Is it your tagline?
It's one of them.
I like it.
Flavors they make you wonder.
It makes me wonder right
Yeah.
now.
We
What it
start at
is.
the end of July, so watch for them. You can go onto our website.
So when I tell someone we get a teardrop tattoo, it's not going to be the traditional teardrop. I'm gonna be a grape
You're
teardrop.
not gonna cry.
It'll be
you're-
a great.
You're gonna be.
It'll be a grape
You're gonna
teardrop.
tear of joy.
Tear joy.
Tear of joy.
All right, Madeline,
100%.
tell our folks that are listening how they can get a hold of you or your organization to find all these grapes.
Our website is grapery.biz, B-I-Z. You can also, all of our contact information is there. We start our season the end of July and go through November. Retail locator page is on our website, and we put a lot of fun into the produce department.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's what Ross and
lot
I
of
are
fun.
about, is having fun. So,
Yeah.
Ross, appreciate
Hey,
you bringing Madeline on for sure.
Maybe there's a Dad's of Produce grapery taste off soon.
Ooh.
Maybe we can get some help from that.
Look at that. Look, Madeline's like, I like your ideas here.
liking it.
All right,
It's
listen, we're going to wrap up the show. Madeline, thank
you.
you so much for
Awesome.
coming on.
Thank you so much.
Tear- Gumdrop, cotton candy, and more. Do it.
Yep.
So I appreciate you guys coming on. And like I always say, we'll see you in the fields and on the horizon, obviously. So
Awesome.
exit to your left.
Thank you.
And I'm going to close up the show, everyone. I have deplaned a lot of people today, okay? Exit to your left is what we do. I still haven't tried my Arctic apples, which I wanted to try. We're going to close the show out today, everyone. One, I always start with saying thank you so much for coming and joining. I appreciate every one of you helping our industry grow together. Heck, if you're a consumer out there listening, all of this here is for you, okay? All of the efforts, all of the products. We're trying to figure out what you like, what you don't like, and how we can incorporate fresh fruits and vegetables into your home, into your fridge, and give you a fun experience. So we're at the West Coast Produce Expo in Palm Desert. That's right. I'm going golfing tomorrow. I'm probably going to hit the pool as well. So you might catch me out there. But everyone, again, fresh produce. And I always say, it's going to be hard to open. I can already tell. I'm going to have to throw this off set and bring it back on set to have them open that up. And they're going to come right back with that as soon as we can. But these are some of the hardest bags to open. I'm saying I'm going to try this one. Oh, I got this one. Look, I got this one. All right, this one's open. Hold on. All right, there we go. And I've got one more bag coming back on set. All right. We got one more bag. I had to try my Arctic Grannies. Listen, everybody. It's always best when you get it fresh. And we're out.